Thursday. Ah, look at me. I am like getting the days of the week wrong. So happy pre-Friday. How about that? You put it that way. I hope you're having a terrific day. This is Morning Motivation with Coach Chris MG. That's me. So we're going to continue our series of when life gives you a roundhouse kick and have you sprawled out on the ground. So after you get a grip and gain proper balance, which we talked about yesterday, so go to that video if you haven't seen it. The second thing to do is focus on what's good, what's right, and what's possible. Please stop focusing on the consequence. That's not going to do you any good. Focus on what you can do and not what you can't. Like, place your energy and your time on what's important. And I want to tell you a story about Dave Linkier. Hi, Kimberly. He is like the Harry Truman of our day, where he squeezes lifetimes of experiences in one. So he's the co-founder of RE/MAX, which is a colossal real estate company making hundreds of billions of dollars. He was a race car, NASCAR driver, a jet pilot, a policeman, a globetrotting scuba driver, a skydiver, a hot air balloonist, and served six tours in the Air Force after spending 3 terms in the Vietnam War. So, reading off his resume has you like, wow, he does have a lot going on. So, in January 28th, 2012, he was in Galveston to deliver a speech. And he woke up at 2 a.m. To discover that he was paralyzed. Yes, a gentleman who did all of that stuff, he was paralyzed from the waist down. So imagine you waking up today and not having any feeling and not being able to do anything from the waist down. I would probably scream, cry, every emotion in the book I would be doing. So it was discovered that this was from an undiagnosed infection that he got from tripping and having a scrape and falling from when he was trying to bring groceries home. And it was undiagnosed and untreated. So this infection had become septic, like toxic for his body. So now on life support, he flatlined a month later on Valentine's Day. Yes, flatline. That means you have no life. And he was literally brought back to life with CPR. Hi, Nikki. And he spent 4 months in a coma. And he emerged from the darkness of what he described to be the cognitive level of a kindergartner. So imagine, like, my prince is not even kindergarten yet, but I couldn't imagine, like, reverting back to how I was and how I acted and how I thought and the abilities I had when I was in kindergarten, 5 years old. Imagine that. So he was told by medical professionals that he was lucky just to be alive and that he would not walk again. Now, this took a brink of despair. So imagine, like, waking up 2 a.m., you are paralyzed from the waist down, then told you can never walk again. Like, imagine how many things are going through his head. So the despair that's going through his head, the thoughts and everything like that. But he turned to his personal development groups and his ceaseless commitment to himself in life. Like, it's powerful what you can do when you just focus on what you can handle and what is possible, opposed to what happened already or what's the negative. So he said in his book, what he said to himself when he was at that brink of despair, he said, it would make you the worst hypocrite if you were to give up now. Because if you give up now, you will wash away over 40 years of the work you did when you spoke to thousands of people, encouraging them to not give up. So whatever you're working towards, whatever you want in life, just think of like all your past you washed away from one experience. Like, that's kind of dumb. So we have to remember not to give up. It was then that he said, screw it. I will not give up now. Not never. And we all need to have that mentality. We all need to boss up and be like, yeah, no, I got this. I'm going to make it work. So it is that when he told those medical professionals that told him he was never going to walk, he said, I'm going to walk out of here walking. And he did. He did. Like, from waking up 2 a.m. in the morning, being paralyzed one day, to being flatlined, being brought back to life by CPR, being in a coma, then waking up from the coma and telling you you're not going to be able to walk, homie. Like, imagine that. So he walked out of there. So I want you to tell you this. When the lights are bright and it's daytime, it's easy to show your bravado. But in his situation and other people's situations, and this is an analogy, but it is when you're in the hospital room alone at 1:15 a.m. that the questions of what if and all the doubts come about, right? So, excuse me, I'm a little sick right now, so I have my tissue and I have to do what I have to do. Kitty germs and Mother Nature. Combination, woo! But I'm taking care of myself and I'm feeling a little bit better. So, it is, you know, when you're at the brink and in the limelight and you're trying to be strong for everyone, you're like, yeah, I got this. Hi, E. But it's when you're in that hospital room alone, 1:15 a.m., where you're like, whoo, well, what if this negative thing happens? Like, what if I can't provide for my family? What if I can't do anything that I want to do? But you can't look back at what you had. You can't do that. That's wasted time. That's wasted energy. You have to look forward to what you can have and what you can do. Because that's all that you can do at this point. You can't live in the what ifs. You can't live in the past. That's already been there, done that. That's in the rearview mirror. So I want you to think about Dave's experience and stand. Yes, stand. If you can stand, you are already vastly wealthy. Because remember, it took Dave to go from being diagnosed as being paralyzed from the waist down to having to learn how to walk all over again. And having to learn how to think, from going from a 40-plus-year-old person to being reverted back to what you had and mentality-wise and capability-wise as a kindergartner, to come back and have to think about how to walk, have to think about how to do everything. Like, we're vastly wealthy in our lives, and we have to remember that. So focus on what you can do instead of what you can't do. And so this morning, what you can do is help another. If you think this series could help someone who needs a boost, be sure to share this morning motivational tip with Coach Chris MG, that's me, with them. Just simply press the share button. That's all you have to do. And every morning during the weekdays, I'm going to be sharing a morning motivational tip. So make sure you come back. Make sure you participate in the activity. Make sure you share it. Comment in the below or whatever, because this stuff that I'm sharing can help change your life. It's helping to change my life every day. And as you see, it's helped to change Dave's life as well. So go out there, make it a terrific day, and enjoy the day. I wish you all peace and blessings to you and yours. Remember, regardless what you're going through, you're going to get through it. All right? Talk to you later.